It is Friday. Happy Friday, TGIF. It wasn't really a bad week, so not thank God it's Friday, but it's obvious thank God it's Friday. It is 79 degrees right now. I literally just turned my fan on. And I'm going to the Indie Film Fest, which is in downtown Phoenix. I think this is the 6th year. I've missed it every year. I think I heard about it maybe 1 or 2 years ago. Didn't make it last year. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to go this year. And I kind of unconsciously told myself that. I subconsciously said I'm going. And then I saw how much tickets were. Tickets were like $10, like for each block or whatever. So I'm going tonight. A bunch of narrative films. I think documentaries were yesterday. And I think they're doing an awards ceremony tomorrow and some other films, music videos tonight as well. And they have a pink carpet. It's at the Phoenix Center of the Arts. If you've been in downtown Phoenix, around 3rd Street, right off the freeway, by Margaret Hance Park, is it? Yeah, that's where it's at. By Burton Bar Phoenix Library, the main branch. Anyway, that's where it's at. So I haven't been. It's ran by, I want to say Cahokia, Phoenix, or Cahokia, Arizona. I'm not, the last part I'm not sure about. They're on Instagram, CAHOKIA. They're a Native American organization. Does arts, humanities kind of things. They have a store in downtown Phoenix as well. Festival, I don't think it's just Native American filmmakers. I've always seen Black filmmakers there too. We're gonna find out. So, I am wearing that dress right there. It's just a simple black dress. And I'm wearing a jean jacket. I was gonna wear my denim dress, and a khaki jacket, but my khaki jacket, it really needs to be steamed. It's a wrinkly jacket in the first place, but it is very wrinkly right now. I'm not steaming nothing. I don't have the patience for all that right now. So I left it out before I can eventually steam it, or if I need to wash it and steam it after as well. So, basic black. That goes all the way down to the ground. I'm wearing, oh, you can't even see, white sneakers. That dress goes all the way down to the ground. You can't see my feet. I did take off the nail polish from my last pedicure. It was receding. And I smoothed my feet and everything like I was going to wear open-toe shoes, but I'm like, no, I want to wear sneakers. And yeah, simple black dress, jacket. My film's not showing. So, simple. I have you. It's going to drop down to like 60s, I think, tonight. But it's definitely 79 right now. It's 80 today. Ooh, okay. It's 3 minutes. I just used it. Okay. New product alert. New black-owned product alert. It says Amy Colě. It's black-owned, like I said. It's at Sephora. I went to the Sephora closest to my house, or the one I always go to. And they had some shades. I'm like, okay, it's one of these 1 or 2. I was there a good minute trying to figure out. And then I asked one of the associates, I'm like, which one do you think? They're like, oh, it's this one. And then I get on the app later, and I realize, because Sephora never has all the black shades, beauty brand shades sometimes in certain black brands. In store, some you have to order online, even with Danessa. Or you have to go to a different store. The Fashion Square store, which is in Scottsdale, that one has more of the black beauty brands. Fashion Fair, Danessa, Myricks Beauty, Amy Colě, LYS Beauty, K-Skins. K-Skins is at the other ones too, but I'm saying if you were looking for a specific black beauty brand, go to Fashion Square. So I realized on the website some of the other ones were available, the other shades, at Fashion Square. So the next day, I went to Fashion Square. It was President's Day. Got up early, ate breakfast. About, because they opened at 10, I was like maybe about 10:30 got there, which is good because it wasn't crowded. I've never seen that parking lot not packed. By the time I left, it was packed. It was starting to fill in, but it was not packed. So I'm like, I've never seen it that way. So maybe some people didn't have President's Day off, but there's a lot of teenagers and their parents and Sephora, little girls. Luckily, some of them over the conversation, like, they just wanted like lip gloss and hair stuff. I'm like, okay, because y'all don't need this other stuff. Digress with the story. Anyway, so I go there, shade match, try to shade match with those. You know, people always ask, associates always ask me, can we help you? And I'm like, no, I'm good. Usually I am good. And then that store no longer has a black associate. So I'm like, who am I going to find who I guess mentally trust that can help shade match me correctly? So there's one dude, has all these brushes and all this stuff or whatever, and I'm like, fine, I chose him. And I was like, okay, I'm thinking this one. I always tell him, I match my chest, not my neck. And he swatched me, literally took like maybe 10 seconds, swatched me real quick. He was like, yeah, that one. Went, got the box for me, handed it to me. I'm like, thank you. So that's the one I bought. So with that, this is what it looks like. So I want to say this to Mented. So we see how close they are. One is very shiny. Mind you, fingerprints going to get all over this. So that's why this packaging is, well, you can see it on there too, but it's different. So it's simple, black. I don't know if it's twist or pull. There's no protective cap. And so, you can see I haven't used it yet. I haven't tried it. And this is how much is in it. Still going. So there you go. So it's this big. And this is supposedly either has a natural finish or a matte finish. It dries down kind of that way. From when I was touching it in the store, it seemed like it dried down a little bit. So it wasn't creamy, and it's hydrating, but it's not dewy. Because we know I don't like dewy. If you see my other videos, I don't like dewy. So with that, let us try. Oh, let me swatch. For swatch, it's going to be on my wrist. So one. So we got this one. That's Mented. This is Colě. So I don't have my glasses on, but they're very similar. And the one I originally swatched at a different store was I was able, if you blended it out, it looked very dark, but if I blended it out, if I have a photo, I'll post a photo. But if blended it out, it worked just fine. So, but this one is definitely matches my neck. So here we go. So I went a little lighter right there because I was like, oh, that's a lot. So I know how I be. Spray. I use my foundation cream, foundation Stix. I like to use a brush to blend. To me, looks similar to Mented. So I probably should have put another line. I might put some more. Mind you, I know this is gonna, see, it's little, I see it right now. I know once it settles, I'll definitely blend in, but I see it's blending in now without me having to wait for it to settle. Mind you, I know off camera I can see it because this part of my face is always lighter. Like I said, it will settle. So let's do a little bit more. And I have to look at what kind of coverage it is. I'm sure it's just medium to light or light to medium. I definitely don't think it's going to be full coverage. Looking at it now and just in general, I think the only foundation shakes that would be like full coverage would be like Juvia's Place probably, or Fashion Fair maybe. Because I decluttered a lot of stuff last night. The lipsticks I was never going to get to or haven't used in a while or smelled or expired. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Okay. Down here. Then I have the sponge. You really don't need it, but I really don't think you'd be needing it for it's still cream, even though it's not liquid. I'm gonna put a time code of when I stopped yapping or rambling and actually started applying, so you can skip to it. But yeah, I like it. It's definitely, from what I can see right here, it's definitely matching my chest. And since I'm showing my chest today, again, that's why I'm trying to match. I have 2 more events to go to. How much came off? Next week. One I'm not doing any type of look other than maybe conceal at the most. Because it's gonna be a long day because it's we have VIPs coming, so it's gonna be a long day. I'm gonna start just going like this versus how I usually do. Just a little bit right there. No, I'm just gonna do like that. I still like this. I like the little wand and everything. Yeah, it's like a film lated. Both of them are film lated. I just thought about that. And then one's a screening of a 72-hour challenge. So I'm going to that, support that. I think it's only $11. I'm okay. Because I was going to go to the kickoff night. I don't know if I mentioned that in the video, but I didn't end up doing that. I just didn't feel like being social that night. And so I was like, okay, I'll go to the screening. The screening, of course, is on a Thursday, because it usually is on a Thursday. I forgot about that. And I didn't realize it'd be so soon. But I think they just finished judging and they're gonna start they're gonna list tomorrow the top 20. I was in this film festival 12 years ago. So yeah, they're good people. Not just because I was in the festival and we won 2nd place overall. But no, it's a good organization and good for filmmakers. So like I said, I want to go support. And they got some new trucker hats. I was like, how do I get on these trucker hats? Did I need to sign up to get a trucker hat? So I like this because it's very subtle. It's the shade that I chose. It's brightening, but not too brightening. And I have a little pimple right there. That I think is from my glasses. I've been putting treatment on it, but I think I need to really clean my glasses, especially if I wear makeup. One of the things I do is I rub it down with, I only rub it down with alcohol. I usually use makeup remover. So maybe that's the issue. Did I pat that part? Yeah, I did. I haven't worn makeup. I'm just gonna try to conceal like that. Makeup since Valentine's Day, so yeah, it's a little more than a week ago. We got 4th place in trivia. I don't know if I said that. Did I go anywhere to do makeup so I could tell y'all that? No, I did not. But yeah, we got 4th place in trivia. And my friend was like, I don't know anything about trivia. I'm like, you were alive in the 80s, 90s, right? She's like, yeah, that's all I need. Got 4th place. Things I didn't know, she knew, or we just were like, whatever with it. It wasn't really like, oh, let's, win, be number 1, or anything like that. So yeah, 4th place. I think top 3 got prizes. I was like, oh, because there's one I was like, I think I know the answer, but I wasn't sure, and it wouldn't come to me. So I was like, oh, okay. So that's the one, of course, we didn't get. Okay, let's blend these edges. And then my e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter expired. I was like, what has this weird smell? And then I read the bottom was like 6 months. Of course, I'm like, when's the last time I wore this? I'm like, yeah, it's been more than 6 months. I've had this at least a year or so. So I was like, okay. I'm like, but it had a smell. It didn't have a smell last time I used it. That's why I was like. But yeah, try to get rid of that. I'm gonna wait to replenish that because I like, we know I don't like to be glowy or dewy. So I'm waiting on replenishing that because my bronzer, the e.l.f. Putty blush and bronzer also, it was time. So if e.l.f. has a good sale on the website, like buy 2 get 1, whatever, then I'll get the glow again and the bronzer and the blush again. Otherwise, I'm just gonna wait it out. I don't need it right away because I don't, like I said, I don't like to be glowy, and when I use it, I usually don't use it during the summer because Phoenix Heat is a natural glowy inducer. But it did look good under the MAC foundation, so that's why I was like, okay. That glow within kind of thing. I'm not gonna buy a whole other foundation just for glow when I can get that for $14. I'm gonna blend out with. I think it's supposed to be 80 this weekend too. And I think me and some of the girls are planning to go to this Black History Month event. I think it's the last one for the month. I don't think we really all decided if we're going or not. I was like, I want to go, and then I was like, yes. This is in a different part of town. But I want to go because it sounds like it's going to be a cool experience that I want to, you know, see and support. So yeah, if we do go, I know we could all carpool, but I'm just like, oh, because it's supposed to be like a good chunk of time, and I'm like, do I want to be out that long? There's supposed to be food trucks as well. So hopefully that means sell food trucks since it's a black event. Or basically black owned vendors. Excuse the weird noise. Okay. I spent half of yesterday, I think, looking at old going through receipts for one particular year to see which ones, when did I buy things. And that helped me to go, okay, pull those items and like, okay, and how long is this good for once it's opened? And since most of them were opened, and then a lot of them were Ipsy samples that I tried, and I was like, yeah, it's not for me, or I just never finished them. And some lipsticks I just never went back to. I found better stuff, so I'm just like, okay. And I always buy things on sale, so there's that. I'm just looking at the receipts. I'm like, okay, because I keep all the receipts of makeup I buy, and I'm like, as I got better with makeup and understanding what works for me and what doesn't, the less receipts there are for every year. So since 2022, it went down in 2023, 2024. I'm like, right now it's like I have a list of eventual repurchases from the things I got rid of last night. Eventually, what would I repurchase? Once, and then some things I'm like, I know I need to refill this once I finish something I already have. Okay, my blush is also creamy. It's also Amy Colée as well. So let's compare the size. Oh, same size. Okay. So it's convenient. She also has a highlighter. No. So, this is in Spice or Plum. Let me warm it up in my hand a little bit. Yeah. I know this isn't going to help the little pimple that's right there. I'm trying to think if I talked to y'all since I went hiking. Last weekend, yeah, after Valentine's Day, yeah. Some of us girls, we went hiking to go to my Instagram. I don't remember what it was called. It was in like Superstition Mountains. I don't remember what it was called whatsoever. So we were going to see a waterfall. The waterfall wasn't that much. You see my Instagram story. It wasn't that much. But it was a nice little easy hike. So it's just driving out there. 3 of us carpooled. And then there's bathrooms on the way in, but it's still a good minute away from where the trail is. And there's a lot of, I call it boondocking, from somebody I used to know who boondocked. A lot of people basically camping out there, like in RVs and fifth wheelers, trailers, what have you. Out there at the Tonto National Forest, I believe that's where that is. I'm like, I didn't realize all this was going on out there. Apparently it is. It's a very subtle glow right there. Of course, we're gonna set that anyway. But yeah, it was a nice hike. Yeah, it was nice. And then Renaissance Fair started that same weekend. So it's like, oh, I watched the traffic. The signs were like, traffic is narrowing, whatever. Luckily, we turned before that. And I'm like, that has to be for the Arizona or the Renaissance Festival. And when we were leaving, traffic was so backed up in that direction going that way. And I'm like, yep, yeah. So we are going to set the bronzer first. We're using Mented. Like I said, I always do one Mented look, but since the foundation I'm not sure about right now, we're not using that. So I'm gonna use this bronzer. Get on there. Okay. It's a brand new clean brush, so that's why it's doing all that. I'm trying to even it out. I don't twirl, I just kind of pat. Maybe I should try twirling. And I'm trying not to get it on myself. Okay. It's just kind of a, well, reddish bronzer. So it's almost like, do you need the blush? Because it has the reddish tone to it. And I guess bronzers are supposed to be more warm anyway, but you can still see the reddish. Put that down for a second so I can pick up some. Let's wipe off a lot of that. And I just realized I did not set my concealer. So I'm gonna put that down. I'll finish that right there, but I did not set my concealer, so let's do that. Telling me I have an hour. Travel time is like maybe 20 minutes. Rush hour traffic though, so there's that whole thing. I'll put concealer right there, so let's remember that. Because I didn't put so much on the top here, I could just go like that. Okay, this is supposed to disappear after a while. Obviously, it wasn't. Even though I didn't put anything down there. Okay, now let's finish setting the rest of my face. Blush is also going to be Mented. This is Berries Away. It's very close to the shade. I know I could use Juvia's Place, but no, Mented. Okay. Yeah, they're all just being stubborn on picking up product on these brushes. Okay. I'm going to stop right there because, let me see something. Oh. Going with the bronzer, gotta go over it a little bit. But sometimes when it settles, you still see all the blush, which of course we know I like my blush. But still. Okay. Now let's set the rest of the face. Still using the lip bar, which they just had the birthday. Is it 6-year birthday? 3-year? I don't know, but the sale ends today, so by the time this gets clean brush, because like I said, I cleaned all my brushes this week because I hadn't done any makeup looks since Valentine's Day, so it's a week and a half. I'm like, I need to clean my brushes. I usually wash them once a week anyway. Spots. What I was going to do was test the matteness, which I realized I did not do, in the spots that before doing all this, before setting. Let's marry this all together. We're going to I wonder if that was the door to the hallway. Somebody felt kind of, I'm like, why is my apartment shaking? Somebody I know used a sponge actually to fix something like that, so let me. Even I know I just set everything. Thing is, whenever I think it's really harsh on camera, later on I see it, I'm like, it's fine. Okay, we're not dipping back in that. Okay, let us spray. Go in this darker shade. Make a little wing. What the hell? Yeah. So I have one new neighbor. I'm about to have another new neighbor. So far, the one, other than when she initially moved in, they were hee-hawing. I just realized I sound old by saying that. Carrying on. Well, it hasn't made a lot of noise since, but the other day she did. She was out on the balcony, or maybe her door was open, and had somebody over and was talking to them. I'm just like, it's midnight. It's 1 a.m. While we have this conversation on our patio. And eventually it stopped. I'm like, why y'all keep moving people in that can't seem to realize social behaviors, or that's just the way the world is today. People don't have are clueless about social behaviors, perhaps. Okay. All right, so let's go right into eyes since I'm sitting here already. Okay, so lips. Usually don't like using a brown liner with red lips. I like to stay red, but we're gonna give this a try. Okay, so I could usually just stop like that, but we are not. Thompson. Okay. So again, black cones, using pound cake. You really don't want to focus. Pound cake. And it's on my timeline on Instagram. I've used it in a different video. This is Berried again. Because my lips are. So it's not as bright, one, because it's Berried. It's just the beginner shade with pound cake. And because it had brown line on, and if y'all saw how it was going on top of that. So it's a little darker, but it's still red. We know I love a red. So like simple face, or what they call neutral face, bright red lips. And then we are almost done, because I'm trying to edit this down. So the earrings. We're using these. These are by a Native American woman named Tina that I went to a powwow at the Steel Indian School Park a few months ago and bought these from her. I don't remember last name. It cost about $20. There's a little turquoise in there, but it was from, she's from a tribe somewhere in Arizona. I don't remember which one. Sorry. She's like an independent vendor. She didn't like have a company name or anything like that. But since it's, like I said, this film festival seems very being put on by a Native American group. And I love just seeing them in the let's see them out there, just representation and everything. It's just great. And so this is to kind of support them as well. Even I'm wearing a lot of black owned stuff, and I have black owned earrings. I was like, let me wear these as well, because that's a simple dress again. It's a little pop of blue. Okay, we're gonna change, and then we're gonna wrap this up. So this is the final look. Jean jacket. This whole time I was wearing this. It's a strapless bra, but since I'm wearing this jacket the whole time, I'm going to keep the straps on it. But this is the final look up close. And then let me stand up and show you the whole thing. Let me see the shoes. So with that, we're going to say have a good night. Ooh, have a good weekend.